guys, it's Trisha. Welcome to my channel. Or welcome back. I know I haven't filmed in a really long time. I have my wonderful boyfriend here, and he is a photographer and videographer, so we decided to wait a little bit, make an intro for you guys, try and make the videos a little bit more professional, I guess. And I wanted it to be better quality so you guys could actually see what I'm doing on my face versus on my phone camera. You can't really see that. So sorry that it has been so long. I know I've been talking about it on my Instagram for a while, but today I just decided to do something kind of like a soft glam look. We did more warm tone. I didn't want to do anything too crazy, but I also didn't want to do anything natural because that was one of the last makeup videos I filmed. So if you guys like it, keep watching. I'll show you guys how I did it, and please subscribe and follow my other Instagram and my Twitter. They were on the intro and they'll be linked down below in the description. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so to start, I'm gonna take this pinky shade right here. It's kind of like a salmony pink, and I'm going to put that as my transition shade at my crease. If I look down, I'm just looking in my mirror, and I'm taking this Lexi 206 tapered blending brush to do so. This palette does kind of have a lot of kickback or fallout. There's a lot of kickback in the palette and a lot of fallout on the brush, but if you tap it off, it's fine. And I personally don't mind at all having fallout or whatever, because I always tap my brush off anyway. It's kind of just a habit. And as long as it's pigmented, I don't care. I do my eyeshadow before my face anyway, because a lot of times I blow it out too far right here and want to fix it, or if I use glitter and it gets under my eye or whatever, so it doesn't really bother me that much. If I'm doing an actual eye look, I always do my eyeshadow and brows first. So once I have it builded to where I want it, I'm going to take the color right next to it, this one right here, on another blending brush. It's a little less tapered. This one does not have a name. I don't know where I got it. Underneath that one a little bit. And I just put the pigment on the side of the brush. Instead of dipping in straight, I dipped in on the side to get the shadow on just one side, because I'm trying to add dimension, but I don't want this color as blown out as the other pink. Then I'm going to go back in with my other brush and a little bit more of that pink. And this is just a blending process. Next, I'm going to take this Morphe brush that does not have a name, but it's kind of like a tapered packing brush, but like fluffier. I'm going to take, this one. This is a little more warm toned than that one. And I'm going to try and just focus it on the tip of the brush. And I'm going to put this color in my outer V to give a little bit more dimension to the eye, give it more of a cat eye look. So, pack it right here. I like this brush because you can pack it and then you can blend it at the same time. Then blending it into the crease. Also, I don't want this one to go as far in on my eye towards my inner water, what's that called? Tear duct. So I'm just kind of blending it into these colors right here instead of blending it in. Then I'm going to go back in with the second brush we blended with and just kind of blend all of those together. And now I'm going to take this e.l.f. flat packer brush, and I'm going to take this like champagne-y gold in the palette right there, and I'm going to put that on my eyelid all the way up to the red. And this is really pigmented. This is really pigmented color. So, and then with this e.l.f. brush that the name wiped off of, it's kind of like a tapered blending brush. I'm gonna blend that into the crease a little bit, just because I don't want it super contrasted, like I'm not going for a cut crease look, so I want it to blend in more with the crease than be like a harsh cut crease. And same with right here, like right there, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a very harsh line between this and the red, and I want it to kind of blend in. So I'm just blending that a little bit. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more color. And I'm actually gonna wet it. So I have the color on my brush, and then I'm taking my NYX Dewy Setting Spray. I'm just gonna spray the brush, and then I'm gonna stick it on the lid. And I'm gonna focus this part more in the center of my eye because it's gonna give it more of a wet look. So I'm gonna focus the pigment more in the center of the eye like that, and make sure I look a little bit more open and a little bit more dramatic, and then whatever's left will go on the inner part. I still want pigment there, but I really want the pop to be in the middle, and this makes the color look a little bit more foiled almost, especially with these ones. These color pop shadows perform great when they are wet. And then I'm just taking the same e.l.f. brush to blend that in on my finger a little bit. And then I'm gonna do the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished the other eye. I never do mascara before because I always feel like I'm gonna get powder in it, so I'm gonna do my face, and then I'll do my under eyes and my mascara and all that kind of stuff. So I primed before. I always prime before I do my eyebrows, and I use the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. It's a pore filling primer, and I just focus it right here on my face and then take whatever's left on my chin. So I did use that earlier because I like to let it soak into my skin. So now I'm going to spot conceal before I put on a BB cream. I really like BB creams more than a foundation lately because I feel like it always cakes up around my nose right here and on my chin, and I sweat really easily and it's hot out, so for me it is easier to just wear a BB cream. I like to cover my redness, but I have not a lot, but I have a decent amount of freckles right here that I also like to show through. So yeah, even when I do more of a glam or soft glam look like this, I still like my skin to show. And I spot conceal before I put on my concealer or my BB cream. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Just anywhere where I'm really red or I have acne, like these are acne scars right here, or active acne on my chin. I'm gonna take this brush, doesn't have a name, bought it off Amazon. They're like these marble set. I actually really like them. And I'm going to, if it's somewhere really red, I will dab it in or swipe in the concealer. I don't like using a brush for my full face because I feel like when you use a liquid foundation or whatever, it just gets stuck in there, and even when I wash it, I just feel like it's all dirty and gross, you know? So I only really do this with concealer because I feel like it doesn't get as dirty in there, and then I just wash it every time, or I like clean it out. Now that I'm done spot concealing, I'm going to take my BB cream. This is the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh 8-in-1 Beauty Balm. So I actually just put this directly on my face, and it kind of looks like I'm putting on a lot, but it's a BB cream, so I'm really not putting on that much. This is really sheer. I like it more because it makes my skin look dewy. Like I've already canceled out most of the redness with spot concealing. I just feel like this makes my skin look a little bit more even, but I really like that it's more dewy. I feel like it makes my freckles and my skin just look better overall. I'm gonna use, this is a Real Technique sponge. It's cleaned. This is as clean as it gets at this point. I'm just gonna blend this in. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer, and we're going back to shade 15 that I used. This is what I used to prep my eyes. It's like an eyelid primer, and I'm just going under my eyes. It's kind of a lot. I don't usually put that much, but oh well. A little bit on my forehead, a little on my chin, and a little on my nose. And right here on my Cupid's bow. I'm going to take this same sponge and blend. And then I'm going to take my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. This is translucent. I'm going to put some of it in the lid. And I'm going to use my sponge and push this into my under eyes. I do not bake my under eyes. I have combo skin, but it gets dry way more than it gets oily. And I feel like it really just dries out my under eyes. I feel like no matter what I do, my under eyes always look dry, but that just makes it worse. And then I go around my nose a little bit too. Okay, so this is like my secret weapon. This is like, so like I said, I have combo skin. So it's dry and it looks dry if I set my whole face with that Coty Airspun powder, but if I don't set it, then my foundation breaks apart. So, and I don't like looking completely matte, especially because of I just look like a ghost and I don't like it, and I want my skin to look dewy and healthy. So this is a Bare Minerals Invisible Light Translucent Powder Duo. So this one is matte and this one is glowy. This is technically a highlighter, but what I do is places where I want to be matte, so you know, my chin, my nose, my right here in between my eyebrows, I use the matte. On my cheeks, I mix them. In places where I want to be highlighted, so the rest of my forehead, my cheeks, the tip of my nose and everything, I use the glow powder. So then it sets my face, so then it sets my face, but I still look glowy. So I'm just gonna set my chin right there matte, and then I'm gonna mix the two. I just do this. This is a contour brush by some brand, I don't know their logos on it, and I pat it into my skin. I also don't like having my foundation or BB cream sticky for putting powders on top of it. I feel like it can make it look patchy, and with BB creams they don't usually set down on their own. So, and I'm going to take just the glow powder and just sweep it over my cheeks. I use a highlighter on top of it, but it just makes you look lit from within, kind of. So look at that. And then I take the matte one on the sides of my forehead, but the glow one I put just on my forehead. I love a glowing forehead. My forehead's huge, but I just learned to embrace it with highlighter. Okay, so next I'm taking this Morphe Fluffy brush and this Piggy Sage Paris Powder Mosaic Powder Bronzer, and I got this in Paris, so you can't buy it in the US, but it's like a glowy bronzer. I really like it. It's a little dark for my skin, so I tap it off, but I really like it. It's a little bit dark, but I like using it during the summer. So I pat it on first, and then I pull it. And I always make sure to get it in my hairline, the side of my forehead, and my temples. I have a big forehead, so like I said, I'm gonna embrace it, and I'm gonna try and make it at least look good. Tip of my forehead. If you have a smaller forehead, I wouldn't necessarily recommend going right here on your hairline because it will make your forehead look even smaller. If you have a big forehead though, it can help. And then I'm going to take this angled fluffy brush, and I'm just going to barely dip it in just like that and tap it off, and I'm just going on the sides of my nose. I'm not really contouring my nose. I just don't like how white my nose looks compared to the rest of my face, especially when I'm super bronzy. And then under eyelid just a little bit. See, it's not much, but it does help. It does make a difference. Next, I'm gonna take this brush. It's a BS Mall. This came in a set also, but it's like a tapered brush. And this Laura Geller New York Baked Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. I really love this blush, so I kind of go ham. I've been really liking glowy blushes and bronzers lately, and I've also been liking a very lushed out look. I love putting it on my nose, kind of looking almost burnt, which is like so weird, but I really love like peachy cheeks. And it looks like I have highlighter on already with that glow powder too. I don't really need to add it, but of course I'm going to. So up next, I'm going to take this Morphe brush. Kind of small, but I really love it for highlighting. I'm going to take my Morphe and Bretman Rock Paradise Babe in Paradise palette. I'm going to take Vacation right here. I'm going to use this to highlight. This is also very pigmented, so I always tap it off. And I'm not putting too much because I already have that glow powder on. But just enough. I do like to look pretty glowy, but I don't want to look crazy. My nose, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and whatever's left on my brush should go on my chin and then on my forehead a little bit more. Then I'm going to take Get Laid. I'm gonna put this as my inner corner and brow bone highlight. Just like that. And this is not too much of a crazy color difference from the eye look I have. I don't really want that. I think when you put highlight on the center of your face, not just the cheeks, is when you really look glowy and dewy and healthy. And then my other trick for highlighter is I always take my wet sponge and I push it in because I hate a powdery, streaky looking highlighter. So this makes it soak into your skin a little bit more and look more like a liquid highlighter, more natural, but it also makes it not streaky. So if the powder is dry, or if you didn't blend it out enough, this just gives it a little extra blend. It blends it into your blush and your bronzer, just makes it all sink in a little bit more. I'm going to take a tapered blending brush and I'm going to go back into this shade. The second one we use is my transition, and I'm just going to blow that out under my lash line. I'm not going too crazy, don't want to today, so blend it into the top a little bit. Just make it a little bit more dramatic, but I'm not bringing it too far down because I don't want it too smoky and blown out. So now we're just going to set my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Spray. I like to put a lot. And then while my lashes are wet, I'm going to curl them. And then I'm going to take a NYX Control Freak Brow Gel and put that in my brows and let my lashes sit for just a second. And then I'm going to put on the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal, and I will be right back. Okay, mascara is on. I did get a little bit on my eye right there, but I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll show you how I take that off. I'm going to do my lips. I'm gonna use the LA Colors Auto Lip Liner in, I think just Nude is the name. It's like a pinky color. And I'm gonna line my lips, and then if I want, I'm gonna add a gloss. I haven't decided yet. But yeah. This is the Bite Beauty Blush Fruit Lip Gloss in Peach. It's actually made by peaches, so it doesn't smell like fake peaches. It smells like real peaches, and it smells real good. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in the center of my lips, not my whole lip, because it's very much like a bubblegum pink, as you can see, and it is a little sticky, but blend it with my finger. If you put a lip gloss on top of a matte lip in just the center, it makes your lips look bigger. And just because it's a little lighter, adds just a touch of an ombre look. Just going to set my face with the NYX Dewy Finish again, just a little bit more. And then I'm going to take a spoolie, and this is how I get dried mascara off my eye. I just take a spoolie and you just scratch it off. And just be a little patient and it will come off. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. That was a really awkward outro.
Maybe you're in Australia.